Hello and welcome to the Brick Shack. So as you can see, the city is no more. So what has happened is I've taken the city completely apart and I've put all the buildings onto the table like so. Now you're probably wondering why I did this, as the city was actually coming along pretty well. So the reasoning behind this was that all the buildings weren't in the places I wanted them to be, so it'd all have to be moved anyway. And we actually needed to move the buildings to be able to put more shelving in this space on the wall right there. Now, whilst we were moving the buildings about into this area here, we had the idea of painting the back wall in a blue colour. Now, the reasoning for that is because I think that'll make a really nice backdrop for the city. So what we're going to do is paint all this area up to the shelf in blue, and then we could paint in some clouds and some birds and just a bit of scenery into the background. Now, I've not seen a lot of Lego city builders actually do this, so I'm actually really excited to get started on that. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to have a look in B&Q tomorrow and find some blue paint the back wall, finish the shelving here in the coming weeks, and then we can get started on the city. So what we're doing is pretty much restarting the whole city, and it's going to be pretty much the same layout as it was before, but this time we're going to do it properly. So what the plan is to make roughly a 10-part series on the channel, and it won't be videos like this. They're going to be really professionally done with some cinematics. Now, because there is more effort put into that sort of video, those uploads will probably only be about once a week. Now, I don't have much experience with cinematics, so it's going to be a bit tricky for me to try, but I'm going to give it a go, and hopefully it turns out really well. So it's the next day now, and the wall has been painted blue, and it's actually a little bit dark on camera, but in person it's actually a bit lighter than this. And I think having this blue backdrop is really going to make the city stand out. Now, whilst I was painting the wall, I had the idea of putting some facades into the city behind the modular buildings. Now, what I think that'll do is give the city quite a bit of depth, and it'll really help the city stand out against this blue backdrop. So on top of the city being restarted, I've also opened a brick out store. So you may have seen my Lego storage system in a previous video, and this is what it looks like, and most of these parts are actually for sale on my brick out store. So the reason for actually selling these pieces is I just don't need them. I don't think any of these pieces here are going to be needed for the city, apart from a select few over there, which I've just saved for the city when I build it, but the rest are going to be all for sale on my brick house store. Now, this is a very small selection for a brick house store, and that's because I've only just opened it. If the store does well, then we'll expand and buy more parts and more storage. We'll see how it goes. So there'll be a link down to my brick house store in the description if you're interested in that. So then, roughly 2 to 3 weeks, we're going to get started on the city. So this was just a little update video giving you an idea of what's happening to the city and some news about my brick house store. So that's pretty much all for today. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you in the next one.